Drowning is fast and silent and can happen in as little as 2 to 3 inches of water. Among infants who experience fatal drowning, most occur in bathtubs. That's about 64%. Let's talk about some ways to prevent this. We've got Molly Johnson and Barbara Cosart with the Drowning Prevention and Water Safety Program at Dell Children's Medical Center of Central Texas. How are we all this morning? Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, Molly, let's start with you. It's a high number. It's 65 or 64%. What's going on?
Yeah, well, you know, there are things that we as parents have to do with our children all the time. We have to feed them, we have to dress them, and we have to bathe them all of the time. And so I think sometimes when we do something so regularly, it starts to become kind of mundane. We start to forget that there are risks anytime a child is in or around water. But actually drowning is the #1 cause of death for toddlers, and it's in the top 3 causes of death for infants. And as you said, that place that infants are most likely to drown, that's in a bathtub.
Yeah.
So yeah, we see a fatality rate of 64% of the people who drown in bathtubs are under 1. And at Dell Children's, where we treat a lot of people for drowning, we treat fatal and non-fatal drowning, and 84% of those who drown in bathtubs are under 1.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. And I don't know if there's a better question for Barbara, but there are no products that are really meant to keep a kid safe in a bathtub. Is that right?
That's right.
That's correct. There's no substitution for hands-on supervision. There are a lot of products on the market that claim to make bath time safer for baby, but these are really designed for convenience or comfort or fun. They're not designed to prevent drowning. The only way to keep your baby safe in the bath is through hands-on supervision. This is not a time for multitasking. As parents, we are often pulled in multiple directions at the same time, especially if there are other children in the home. But just remember, bath time is bath time. Sometimes you might be called away, you might need to leave, but take baby with you. Baby cannot be in the bathtub alone. One great tip is to gather all your supplies ahead of time: shampoo, toys, towels, so that you won't have to leave. And if you are tag teaming with another adult in the household, make sure there is very clear communication about who has hands on baby. It's very easy to get confused or think that the other adult is with baby when they've actually been called away to do something else.
Right. Let's see our graphics there. Make sure baby is drained. Make sure the bathtubs are drained and empty, and children cannot access it. I have a toddler, and I think about that all the time. I make sure that it is gone, that water is gone. Talk about that.
Yes, that is correct. One thing we don't think about is that children can access water even when it's not bath time or swim time. Yeah. So we always want to make sure that there's no water left in the tub. There's no buckets. Even large pet bowls can pose a drowning hazard.
Yeah.
And a common scenario too is that there is water left running with the drain open. Somebody leaves the bathroom and that drain gets closed, you know, gets bumped somehow, and then the tub fills up where they thought that there really wasn't any water collecting in it. So right. It's easy.
Very important information to wrap us up. Anything else we need to know? Any place where people can go to get the information besides safekids.org?
Well, safekids.org is a great place to find information about child safety for all ages.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all so much. We appreciate you.